Hello, everybody. Okay, good evening, everybody. If you can hear me loud and clear, let me know in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. Good evening, everybody. Okay, so if you can hear the sound of my voice as I'm speaking right now, let me know in the chat down below so we know the setup is proper so we can shoot right away. So what you need to do right now, it seems a lot of people can hear me loud. Just, that link that led you here, kindly click on that link or just copy that link and share it to everybody that you know needs to be here tonight. Okay. Like I said at the beginning, there is not going to be a replay for this class because some of the things I'll be sharing here are things I do not want them to go mainstream out there. I really want them exclusive for those of you who made it here live. Okay. So what you need to do right now, your loved ones, those who you know that if anything goes wrong with their health, it's definitely going to affect you as well. Please just copy that link, share it to them, let them join this broadcast so that they can as well enjoy so many information that I'm going to be sharing here. Okay, so do that and let me know. And also, this is a YouTube channel. If you are watching this on YouTube, okay, make sure you click on the subscribe button below so that you'll be subscribed to this channel so that any other broadcast like this that will be coming up in the future, you are going to be notified by YouTube. So click on that subscribe button. It just take a tap of a finger. Just click on that subscribe button so you'll be a subscriber to this channel. Okay, it is free. It costs nothing. Subscribe so that you'll be a subscriber. And also, like I said, copy the link, share it to those who matters to you so that they can as well participate and join and learn from what I'm going to be sharing tonight. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? I hope it's not raining at your own side over there. Okay, if you are ready, let me know. Not until when we are ready, I won't show my face. So once we are ready, I show my face and we go straight away because we don't really want to waste so much time because what I have for you tonight is so much. I pray I can be able to cover everything. Okay, it's so much, and I really, really want to cover up for everything so that we'll be able to continue from there tomorrow. But I pray we are able to cover everything I have in stock for you. Today is raw. There's no slide. It's raw, directly coming from my head, straight to you from experience and from knowledge, so that you can learn and be able to, experience good health yourself. Okay, so are we ready? If you are ready, let me know. You being ready means you've shared the link. 1, you've subscribed. 2, you are prepared. You have your notepads and your pen, and you're already in a location where no one can disturb you. And if you are still in transit, probably coming back from work or coming back from a journey, just fixing your earphone so that no one will distract you. Okay, so are we ready? Let me know if you are ready. Let me know if you are ready. Okay, it seems so many of us are ready. Okay, are you pumped? Hope your phone is properly charged because once we start, it is a marathon. Okay, so just give me a couple of minutes. Let me get a glass of water so that we can really, really dive deep into this. Okay, so get everything ready. I'll be back in just a minute. All right. All right. Okay. So I hope you can see my face right now. Let me know if you can see my face. Okay. Let me know if you can see my face. Is it clear enough? Can you see my face? All right. If you can see my face right now and you can hear the sound of my voice, just type loud and clear. Loud and clear, loud and clear. Let me know if you can hear my voice and you can see my face. Loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. Yes. Okay. Welcome. Okuntayo Oluremi. Wow. It's so amazing to see every one of you. I hope you can now put a face to the person who has been actually doing all this stuff for you on the group. All right, so welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. Okay, so because what I have for you tonight is so much, and I really want to cover, so we are going to be starting right away. Okay, no time to check time, no time to waste time. All right, so I know you are here to learn, and I'm going to deliver what we promised. Okay, but before we go ahead, this is day 1 of Untapped Healing Secret. Okay, and if you understand what that means, healing secrets that are untapped. Okay, there are certain secrets that are helping people regain their health. There are certain secrets that are helping people reverse chronic illnesses, but a lot of people do not know about it. That's why it's called secret. Okay, and it is untapped. Even for those who have an idea, They are not really diving into that. Okay, it is really untapped, and it is causing a lot of issues for a lot of people. Things that can be easily solved with regard to their health. Health is paramount. In fact, like I said on the community, there's nothing you want to do. There's nothing, absolutely nothing you want to do that does not need your health. Even worshiping your God. Once your health is bad, you find it very difficult to even worship your God the way you really want to. You find it very difficult to parent your children the way you really want to. You find it very difficult to enjoy yourself the way you really want it. You find it difficult to even work the way you really want it. So everything is just like building up on our health. So, but I would like you to hold up on your questions. I know some of you might have questions. Just hold up. We'll be having Q&A session towards the end. Just hold up my question because I won't be looking at the chat. I'll just be coming to the chat once in a while to see if there's any issue. Okay, I won't be really looking at the chat. Okay, so just hold up with your questions and just follow through. Okay. Now, a big disclaimer before we start, because I know we have people from all walks of life and we have people with different expectations. Let us set the expectation proper. Okay, this class that we are on right now is the goal of this class. The major goal of this class is to provide accurate educational information, because that's the first step. You need to understand what you need to know about your health. Gone are those days where you put your health in the hands of doctors, in the hands of we medical practitioners and all sorts. Okay, things happen. You cannot put your health, your life in the hands of a fellow human being totally. There's certain things you need to know. In the olden days, a young boy, a young girl, when they go into the bush, they can at least identify 10 different herbs, 10 different leaves that they know their names and their function. They'll tell you this herb, this is the name, this herb, this is the name, this is for malaria, this is for paralysis, this is for this is for that, this is a laxative and all sorts. But these days, people do not even know anything about their health. They believe they have one doctor. Okay, I have doctor this, doctor that, so in case anything happens, I rush. In fact, some people even pressurize some of their children, if you want a child or two, to go into the medical field so that when they grow old, this child can be of assistance to them. Okay, gone are those days where you need to put your total health in the hands of human being. Certain things, I'm not saying doctors are not relevant. They are absolutely relevant, but there are certain things you yourself need to know about your health. Okay, so this class aims to provide that educational, that foundation for you to know. So it is not, this class is not actually intended for self-diagnosis. It's not intended for treatment or to influence medical therapy decisions. No, any application of the advices on this class is solely at your own discretion. Also, the class is not a doctor, what can I use for this class? No, this is not that type of class. No, that's not that. That's layman. That's too simple. That's too too basic. And what can I use for this? That's not the type of class we are having right now. You can find that anywhere. You can go on all internet, different online platforms to figure out what can I use for this or what can I do with this. Okay, this is not the type of class. Okay, this class is to show you how your body works. Okay, is to show you where you've gone wrong. Why are you having these and these issues? Okay, and it's to show you how you can change your health systemically. That means holistically. How your body works. If you understand how your body works, you will know where you've gone wrong. And if you understand this too, you will know what to do to change your body systemically. If you ask me, doctor, what can I use for malaria today? Okay, and I tell you, okay, this is what tomorrow when another problem comes up, okay, you're having you come back again, you keep on coming back. That means you're still putting your health totally in the hands of the doctor. Okay, there are certain things you must know. You must understand how your body works, what you shouldn't do, what it likes, what it does not like, and how you can change your health systemically based on whatever you are feeling right now. Okay, so like I said, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. Okay, now let us go ahead. Let me start with the definition of chronic illnesses, because we are going to be talking much about chronic illnesses. Chronic illnesses. I know you must have heard chronic illnesses also. Okay. All right. Chronic illnesses or chronic diseases are usually the type of health issues. One, they are not contagious. That means you can't contact it from someone. You can't contract from someone. Okay. That means they're not infectious like that. Okay. And they can't be prevented by a vaccine. There's no vaccine for chronic diseases. There's no vaccine for hypertension. There's no vaccine you can take to prevent hypertension. Okay, there's no vaccine to take to prevent, maybe tomorrow, but as of right now, there's no vaccine for these issues. Okay, there's no vaccine to prevent arthritis. There's no vaccine to prevent maybe cancer. There's no vaccine to prevent diabetes. There's no vaccine to prevent all this. Okay, so chronic illnesses can't be prevented with vaccines. So that should, make you understand certain things. That means there is no vaccine to prevent it. So what can we use to prevent it? That's some of the things I'll be explaining to them. Then they are developed over a long period of time. Chronic illness is different from acute illnesses. Okay, chronic illness is not something that just happened to you today and you start seeing the signs today. Okay, there are things that will have been happening in your body over a long period of time before it gets you down. Hypertension does not just get to you today and get you down today. No. So if you're battling with hypertension, for example, it did not start today. You might know today, you might just discover it today, but it didn't start today. That is why you can't really take care of it in one day. It takes a lengthy period of time for you to be able to manage and overcome these issues. When you have diabetes does not start today. It might be diagnosed, you go to the hospital and they tell you have diabetes today. It did not start today. It has been in your body for a period of time. Certain things have been happening, or certain things has been going wrong in the body that you are not aware of, or you are aware of, or you are lackadaisical about before it results into that full diagnosis. Okay, so they are they happen over a period of time. Recently, I was asked to speak to a group of people about health topic. I was asked to speak to them, and I asked them a question when I wanted to start. Okay, and I've actually asked this question on the page for some of you who are following me on the Facebook page. Okay, I asked that who is your best doctor? I asked who is the best doctor? Who is your best doctor? And people started mentioning names, Dr. D's, Doctor. That some of the doctors they mentioned, I know them. Some of them I don't know. Dr. This is very good. When I had this issue, Dr. This, Dr. That, Dr. That, with different specialization and all sorts. Now let me ask you as well. I want you to type in the chat. Who is your best doctor? Let me know in the chat. Who is your best doctor? Let me know today. Let me see your answers in the chat. Who is your best doctor? Who is your best doctor? I'm in the chat with you. Let me see who you think your best doctor is. Okay. Tony Caleb is saying my partner. Okay, very good. Adeleke is saying yourself. Okay. Olusegun Adeni says me. Okay. Inyabong says my best doctor is myself. Stella says my food. Very good. Okay. Mosi Maka says diet is the best doctor. Can you see different answers here? Let me know. Who do you think your best doctor is? Taiwo says I am my best doctor. Okay. Ijeoma says my lifestyle practice is my best doctor. Okay. Okoro says myself and my food. Okay. All right. So many answers here. Nina says my diet. Fine. All right. So whoever the names, I think some of you were already saw the post on Facebook. Okay. All right. Okay. I was expecting you to mention names of your medical doctors, your physicians, and all sorts. Okay. Fine. You are your best doctor. Are you listening to me right now? You are your best doctor. Your body is your best doctor. Why? Only your body knows what you feel like. Only your body knows what you've been through. Only your body knows how it responds and reacts to different things. So your body is your best doctor. So your body will speak with you anytime you are doing what it doesn't want and you are passing the boundary. Okay? Your body will speak with you. Your body will pass that message. It will talk to you. It will call for attention. But the big question is, do you listen to your body when your body is calling, for your attention? So most of the times, when I fall sick, when something happens, right now my voice is cracked. I know what happened that made my voice cracked. Over, about 2-3 weeks back to back, I've been having about 2 presentations back to back every single day. And most of the presentation, the offline ones, there was no microphone, so I had to shout at the top of my voice, and also so your body will speak with you. So most of the time when I fall sick, I ask myself, what boundary have I crossed this time? Okay, so the last time you ate meat, last time you ate maybe plenty of beef and your arthritic pain increased, did you listen? The body is telling you that, meat, arthritis, maybe it's not good for you. The last time you overworked yourself and your blood pressure surged, you had a party in your family, your mother's birthday, and you're the one that made all the preparation. And because of all this preparation, your blood pressure surged, or when you were promoted, or the last time you had a camp in your church and you went to the camp, spent 5 days doing vigil and your blood pressure surged. Did you listen? The body is trying to talk to you. Have you ever wondered why your body feels funny and gets sick sometimes? Your body is trying to call for attention. Your body is one of the biggest attention seeker. Your body is trying to get your attention so that it can talk to you. So I need you to flow through what I've been saying from the beginning so that you understand my conclusion at the end. Okay, so one of the ways your body calls your attention is by initiating the body's alert system. Alert, I don't mean bank alert, but alert, yeah, okay. Your body, you have an alert system in your body, and the major alert system of the body is what? Pain. Somebody type pain in the chat. Pain, P-A-I-N. That is one of the biggest and the most profound alert system of our body. Pain. Type pain. Okay. So let me bring this to your attention. Whenever you overload your smartphone, I know all of you are watching me on your smartphone. Okay. Probably some of you are watching me on the TV, smart TV, or on your laptop, but most of you are going to be on the phone right now. Okay. So whenever you're working on your smartphone or you overload your smartphone, you have multiple applications open, running at the background. Your WhatsApp is running, Instagram is running, TikTok is running, YouTube is running. You have this app running, you are editing the video, you're doing this, you're recording this, all these heavy applications running at the background. Okay. What happens when all these applications are running at the same time? What happens? The smartphones begin to lag, it begins to slow down, it begins to overheat. Is that correct? Yeah. So when your phone overheats, what do? Do you throw it away, or do you throw it inside the refrigerator? Do you keep it inside the freezer? No, because that's not the solution. What you just need to do is to make sure, just try to clear all the apps running in the background. Clear everything. If you're only on YouTube, clear every other apps and focus on YouTube. In fact, you can even clear everything and try to rest the phone for a while. Rest the phone. You see that the overheating goes and the lagging goes. It speeds up. Or if this does not work very well and it's still overheating, it's still lagging and all sorts, if it persists, what you just need to do is to do a total reboot of your phone. Reset. Just put off your phone and put it on back. What happens? The phone resets and it starts operating properly. Now, when your body alerts you through pain, you are feeling pain here, you're feeling pain here, you're feeling pain here. It's your body's trying to call your attention to certain thing. Your body's trying to call your attention probably to the way you sleep. Your sleeping position probably is bad, or to the way you overwork yourself, or certain food you ate, and all sorts. Okay. What you must do is to find out, why is this pain there? Why am I having pain in my joints? Why am I having this? Why is my blood pressure going up? Why do my blood pressure go up every morning? Why do my blood pressure go up every weekend? Why do my blood pressure go up every Monday? Why? You must find out why this thing is there. Why is the pain there? So you don't just take painkillers. No, you find out why. Because all your body might just need is just rest. All your body might also just need is just certain nutrients. Probably you are deficient of certain nutrients and it's trying to call your attention to it. All your body might just need is maybe sunshine. Probably you have not been exposed to sunshine for a while. You've been staying indoors with your door locked, with your windows closed, and you're not getting as much sunshine. All your body might just need is probably calling your attention that you are dehydrated, and probably that's why you're having headache. That's why your soul pains you. Okay. So for example, when you have headache, headache is a symptom. Headache is not a sickness in itself. Headache is a symptom of a lot of sicknesses or a lot of health issues. Some people, when their blood pressure surges, when their blood pressure increases, they have headache. Some people, when they are hungry, they have headache. Some people, when they are stressed, they have headache. Some people, when they can't sleep very well, when they are struggling with sleep, they have headache. Some women, when they want to have their menstruation, their period, they have headache. Okay. So let's say you have headache now. You didn't find out why you have the headache. You just took paracetamol. Let's say your own headache was caused by hunger. You've not eaten for a long period of time. In fact, you've even forgotten that you've not eaten. Because sometimes when you don't eat for a long time, you forget that you are hungry. You keep up with whatever you're doing. Meanwhile, you are hungry. So you take paracetamol for headache caused by hunger. It will go until you eat, until you find out, why do I have headache? Because headache can be caused by a lot of things. Is it that my blood pressure is coming up, or I'm not sleeping very well, I'm not resting very well, or I'm hungry? If you find out that it is because you are hungry, that is why you're having headache. All you just need to do is to do what? Just eat. Once you eat, the headache goes. But if you keep on taking painkillers and you do not fill your belly with food, the painkiller might work for a while. You just see that after a couple of minutes or after a couple of hours, the headache comes back again. Or after 2 days, it comes back, because you've not figured out why you're having the headache. So when you take painkillers, what painkillers does not take away what is causing the issue. Painkillers brings down the pain. It shuts your body alert system, so you can no longer hear it. You can no longer hear what your body is calling your attention to. And this does not take away the cause of the pain. No. And once you shut down your body's alert system, if any other problem comes into the body at that moment, nothing will alert you because your body can no longer alert you. The alert system has been shut down by painkillers. Okay. And this gives room for problems to grow unnoticed in your body and even take over your body. Okay. I hope you understand what I'm trying to, paint here. So painkillers is not the first line of, solution. It's not the first line solution. You need to find out, why am I having this? Why am I having this? What exactly is going on? Why is my body calling my attention to this? Why is that every time I wake up in the morning, I always have numbness of my right hand and my right leg? Why? There's something going on. Why is that every night when I'm about to sleep, I always have headache? Why is that anytime I'm about to pray and I bow down to pray as a Muslim, I'm always having dizziness. I'm always feeling as if I want to faint. I'm always feeling lightheaded. Why is that anytime I sleep, before I wake up the next morning, I urinate 4 times? Why? What is the cause of this? Okay. Now, I can remember when I was learning how to drive years back, my trainer taught me something. He said, I must never raise the volume of the music in the car too loud. Okay. Why? Okay. As a young boy then, why? He said, so that I can hear any unusual noise that the car is making at the time while I'm driving. Okay? Because whenever something wants to happen in the car, especially when you are driving long distance, sometimes it gives you unusual noise, so that for you to take notes. Now, I was also told again that whenever especially when I'm driving long distance journey, when you're traveling, I should not wind up the window too high all the time. I can wind up, maybe you're making use of the AC, but maybe once in a while, once in every 40 minutes or once in every 1 hour, you wind down, you listen to whatever is going on outside, and I can wind up. In fact, you don't even need to wind up all totally, okay? So that I can listen to whatever unusual noise that the car is making or unusual smell. Okay, so I can perceive any unusual smell. And he said, immediately I notice anything unusual noise, unusual smell, the first thing to do, the first line of action is to slow down. Slow down and allow all the surrounding vehicles to overtake. Any vehicle coming at the back, any vehicle on your side, to the left, to the right, any vehicle in front of you, let them go. Because sometimes the unusual sound and the unusual noise could be coming from other vehicles around and you feel it is from yours. So slow down, let them overtake you. So once you do that and you notice that the sound reduces, the noise reduces, or the smell reduces, then you can know that it is not from you. But if otherwise, after allowing all the vehicles around you to overtake far away, and the noise still persists as if it's very close to you, or the smell still persists as if it's still very close to you, the next thing for you to do is to look for a safe place to park and check. Do not manage. Look for a safe place to park and check. Imagine you getting unusual noise from your car, and because the noise is disturbing you, instead of you following that steps, because you just wind up your window and you increase the volume of music so that the noise will disturb you again. What do you think will happen? Accidents or total car damage. Okay, total car damage or accident. So that's exactly what you do when you use painkiller. Your body is calling your attention, giving you unusual pain, it's saying, come and check here. You now took painkiller. Guy, shut up, Gary. What will happen? Total body damage or emergency. It will lead to something worse because your body is calling your attention to it. Okay. All right. So if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe right now. Okay. Now, once upon a time, Nigeria had, even Africa. Let's focus on Nigeria actually. We had some amazing knowledge about herbs that could heal people, and this made us very, very healthy during those days. I once posted something on Facebook asking that they ask you not to eat staple food. They ask you not to eat swallow, eba, fufu, and also that it can increase your chances or risk of having diabetes. What did our forefather, what were they eating when they were alive? This staple food. But why didn't they have diabetes? I said some reasons. Okay. All right. Now we had there are a lot of reasons. Probably they didn't know. There was no even name for diabetes then. Maybe it was there, or maybe there was diabetes, but maybe because we didn't know, we didn't have a name for it. Maybe we didn't know, or maybe there was not even diabetes. And from study, diabetes started coming up at the advent of sugar, refined sugar. But that's not the point of discussion today. So there was a time in Nigeria in those days where we had knowledge about herbs, about how we can heal people naturally and all sorts. But something terrible happened. Our forefathers that knew so much about this, that had this knowledge, that had this inspiration. Do you know we have African science? That's the talk for another day. Actually, we have African science. Okay, let me give you one. In Yoruba land, and I'm sure it's each other tribes to have it. Igbo, all other tribes to have it. For example, there's the Oyo Empire, and under Oyo Empire, we had a lot of towns far away from Oyo. For example, Oyo Empire had covered towns up to the border between Nigeria and Benin Republic. Okay, in Ogun State. Okay, imagine all the way from Oyo down there. Now, so that means all these other small villages and towns pay homage, pay their taxes to the Alaafin of Oyo. So each at the point when they want to get the tax, soldiers or people from Oyo, the king sent people from Oyo, the soldiers, to go to these towns to collect tax, to collect their levies, maybe once a year or twice a year, or whichever way they collect it. How did they find their way? How do they make sure that they don't miss their road from Oyo to close to Benin Republic? How? And they go there every year. How do hunters who go deep into the bush to hunt for bushmeat, how do they find their way and they come back without missing road, without missing their way? They had African science. This is not black magic. This is not, don't give it that name, black magic. They had African science that helped them, that guide them. They had what they know. They had their technology that helped them, that guide them so that they won't miss the road. They know where they're going and they are being directed without missing the road. Now, we termed that as juju, we term it as black magic. But right now, almost everybody is using Google Map on their phone. When the whites came with their own Google Map, that one is not black magic. That one is not juju. But the one we had, Africa, that one is juju. Do you know there are certain families in Nigeria, in Africa, in Yoruba land, that they are gifted with the African science, the scientific know-how of how to control rain. They can hold rainfall and they can induce rainfall. We said our own is black magic. Our one is of the Satan. Our one is satanic. Go to Dubai and look at what they are doing there now. It's called rain engineering. They engineer rain. When they want rain to fall in Dubai, they do it. There's a way they do it scientifically, technologically. Rain engineering. You can check it out when we are done. So when the whites figured out their own, that one is not satanic. But the one we have, our own is satanic. Okay? So we had knowledge. We had the know-how, how we healed ourselves with natural things. But those fathers, our forefathers, when they were about to pass away, when they were about to die, and they wanted to give the accounts to their children, okay, this is how we do this, how we do it. By then, the children started saying, I don't want to mention that they've given their life to Christ, and that is not that in their. Some people tell you that in their church, they tell them that anything that has to do with leaves and herbs is satanic. So when they make anything that has to do with leaves and herb for them to use, they say it's satanic. But when they cook vegetable soup made with leaf, that one is not satanic. But when they boil 2 leaves together for them to take as a concoction, it is satanic. Okay. So it's sad that this account that our forefathers had that could have been improved now with advanced technology had been thrown away because of one reason or the other, mostly religion, and we are paying for that heavily. Okay, we are paying for that heavily. So most of these chronic illnesses did not even have a name back then. They didn't even exist. Our way of life and our secret healing knowledge didn't allow for this to even exist. Okay, so we could have just had that knowledge and then added advanced technology these days to that knowledge, and we'll have gone so far. What is happening in Asia? They kept their own, knowledge, their own herbal heritage, and now, coupling it with advanced technology right now, and it's helping them so much. Okay, there's a way they can use acupuncture to, make you not feel pain while you are going through operation without any form of injection or anesthesia or anything. No, just acupuncture. they kill any part of your body that they need to be numb, any part of the body that needs to be numb, and you go through surgical operation without taking anesthesia or anything. They improved on it, but we lost our own. Okay, so that is one of the keys we lost. So if you are listening to me right now and you have the belief that leaves and herbs are satanic, you need to start reconsidering right now. You need to start reconsidering right now. Now, to some extent, I've never really seen so much people who do not wish to live long, except from one man who was my patient a couple of years ago, who came and was advising him to stay away from this and how to adjust certain things and how to make sure he continued his medication without all sorts. It was like, see, doctor, all those ones you are saying, I'm okay with 50. Once I'm 50 or 55, 60, I can die. I'm okay with 50. I'm like, you're okay with 50 years? You just want to stay on it for 50 years? Really? This is surprising. Okay, fine. It's your choice. But I asked him a question, probably he has never thought of it before. And that question, changed everything for him. I asked him that at what age did he reach before he get married? This man got married at age 35. He got married at age 35 and is wishing to die at age 50. So he only wants to stay in his marriage for 15 years. And in that 15 years, we'll have given maybe 4 or 5 kids. The wife is at a place of work that day, not knowing that the husband is somewhere else, wishing, praying to God that she does that at 15. Just 15 years in marriage. That means even if he gives birth to his firstborn on the same year he got married, his firstborn will just be 15 years of age by the time he's dying. 15 years of age, most times, will still be in secondary school. Look at it. So that's why you're thinking, why would you just say you just want to live for 50 years? Okay. So everyone wants to be healthy, right? I'm sure. But when we were young, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, when we were just kids, we used to think that we'll always be healthy. We used to think that those who are dying, maybe they had one reason why they're dying. Maybe they don't worship God very well, or this. We felt that everybody felt that we are God's chosen one. We all felt that dying until things started happening very close to us, until we had our friends dying, our parents dying, our children dying. That was when we started considering that I think this thing can happen to me too. It's not about me worshiping God, though. It's not about me being religious. So we always had that, at the back of our mind then when we were young, that we'll be fine, won't have any health issues, okay? Even we had the belief that even if illness comes, worst case, we can always run to the doctor and get it out. I'm sure that. So some parents even made sure that one of their children becomes a health practitioner so that they can help them during illnesses. Okay, but reality has set in right now. Am I communicating? Reality has set in. It's no longer gamers. It's no longer business as usual. Even the truth is that even doctors can lose their health. So even doctors lose their health. Okay. So how can you keep your health if you've not had any major problem? And if you've had any major health crisis right now, any health issue, how can you get it back before it starts slipping away from you? You might think that doctors got your back, the government got your back, the hospital got your back. You have doctor this, you have doctor that. Okay, you can quickly run to them. You call them, they're on your speed dial. You call them. Your firstborn is a doctor, and this and that. You can easily, run to the UK, to the US, and do this. You have your second citizenship. You have all this and all that. Okay. You think all these people are there for you? Your doctors, your government, hospital. Let me tell you. Let me just share some surprising facts with you. Okay. Let's start with the government. Firstly, the government is supposed to take care of us. Yes, fine. We appointed them to be there to oversee and take care of us. But did you know that the government spend very little amount of money on preventing health problems? In fact, in 2002, there was a World Health Organization report that says that less than 3% of the health budget, not up to 3, less than 3% of the total health budget, of the total money earmarked for health is used for prevention. That means more than 97% of any amount of money the government says they are earmarking for health is for creative processes, not for prevention. That means the government focus more on treating diseases instead of stopping them from happening in the first place. That is why we have Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but we don't have Breast Cancer Prevention Month. Okay, they will tell you, okay, rub your breast, do this. If you find any lump, run to the hospital. That's early detection. They won't teach you what to do not to have the lump at all. What can I do not to have a lump? That one will be kept away. But they tell you, okay, just keep on rubbing your breast every morning. Once you have lump, once you are now sick, run to the hospital because early detection is better. Early detection is the best. But what can I do to not have the lump at all? That I won't have no. Nobody says that. Those kind of information are not out there. Okay. What about the hospital? You rely on the hospital. Hospitals are very, very good at finding the problem early detection. Okay. When you run to the hospital, you detect your problem early. But they are not so great at preventing them. They tell you to measure your blood pressure every day, and when you notice any unusual thing, you come over and then you get yourself treated or get yourself attended to. What can I do not to even have blood pressure issue at all? No one sits you down to teach you that. No hospital sits you down to teach you that. Okay, they do tests like mammogram, they do tests like chemistry profile, and all of these tests can spot diseases early. These already there. They're spotting it early. It's already there. But they don't teach you how to stay healthy in the first place so that you have these things. Nobody will teach you. Has anybody taught you what to do not to have arthritis? Okay, those of you are battling that. Did anybody come to your school while you're in secondary school, while you're still young? We have more arthritis among women than men. Has anybody come to you the way sanitary pad company used to come to secondary school then? They sensitize ladies on how to use sanitary pad. Has anybody come to secondary school to sensitize ladies on what to do to be able to reduce the risk of having arthritis at old age? Nobody teaches you that. No one. But they will tell you just go on. Once you start noticing this, you run over to the hospital, and they're just like a detective. And detective only operates when there is a problem, when there's a crime. Okay, all right. Now let's talk about our doctors, the doctors. Okay, can you believe that less than 6% of graduating doctors? Please listen. Less than 6% of graduating doctors learn anything about nutrition. Learn anything about nutrition. That means only a very, very, very few doctors know how important your food is, know how important nutrition is, know how important life adjustment is, and all this. Very, very few. Okay. Now, people are fed by the food industry that pays no attention to health and are treated by health industry that pay no attention to food. That is why some doctors hesitate when their patients ask them about nutritional supplements. Have you asked your doctor about taking a supplement, nutritional supplement? What do they say? If you hear them saying it won't work, or because they know nothing about nutrition, they know nothing about your food. Okay, nothing. So who can you trust to keep you healthy? Are these the people you've been trusting? Remember, we are fed by the food industry that know nothing about health, and we are being treated by the health industry that know nothing about food. Okay, so who can you trust? The doctors even have their own dilemma. Okay, have you ever wondered why your doctors don't always talk about nutrition? They will not tell you the food to avoid, the food to eat, and also if you ask them too much question about food and everything, they just ram, and just get you off. Okay, no, because they are not taught and they don't even give it attention. Only very, very few gives this attention. Okay, so doctors have okay. I was talking about doctors, not giving attention to health, but to an extent too, they also have their own reasons. It's called the doctor's dilemma. They have their own reasons. The doctors have a very, very important job of keeping you healthy, keeping you safe. That's their major job, keeping you safe. So they need to be careful and skeptical about anything that could potentially harm you. Okay, there are so many people selling harmful supplements out there these days. So many people selling different schemes out there. They claim that it is natural and good for us. Doctors have to be cautious and protect you from this danger. So they can't just easily tell you just use any nutritional supplement or whatever. Okay. Sometimes even the so-called natural ingredients can be risky. For example, there are some traditional concoction that we call agbo that some people use for health purposes. Do you know that according to study right now, agbo that we use in Nigeria is one of the leading causes of chronic kidney disease? Have you heard that? Okay, it is natural, it is herbal, but do you know that agbo is one of the leading causes of chronic kidney disease these days in Nigeria? So doctors have to be aware of the risk, even if something is natural. Okay, another reason why doctors, don't fully, giving into supplements and herbs and also that. Many doctors don't fully understand the root cause of these diseases, of this degenerative disease. I ask them what causes it. They don't fully understand. Okay, they always think that it is the job of scientists, the job of researchers, the job of biochemists to figure all those out. Okay, and even why these scientists, these researchers, especially biochemists, when they make amazing discovery, doctors don't even apply this knowledge to their patients. They don't even keep themselves, informed. They don't apply this knowledge. They rely on pharmaceutical companies to come up with new drugs and therapies instead of exploring the option. Sadly, many doctors also assume that when they tell patients, when they advise patients to avoid this food, to avoid that, the doctors always assume that most patients won't make lifestyle changes. And it is the truth. When we speak to people, most of the people that you tell them to stay off from meat will still eat meat. When they come back for their appointment, they lie. They tell you they're not eating meat. When you tell them to rest, when you tell them to do this, when you tell them to avoid stress, they don't listen. But you can't assume as if you're a medical practitioner listening right now, you can't assume. You have to do your job. You tell them, you advise them what you need to advise them. It's not left to them to do whatever you are saying. Okay. All right. But here is the important thing to remember. Not all doctors are the same. Some doctors are actually passionate about nutrition and lifestyle changes. So they understand that prevention is key to keeping us healthy. They understand that lifestyle adjustment is very, very key to helping us, reverse and manage most of these chronic illnesses. Even though some of them advocate for natural means of healing sometimes, and they are silenced. Okay, yeah, most of those people that advocate for natural healings, most of the times, are always silenced by the big pharma. Okay, it happened to me personally. Talking to you, my clinic was shut down. I'm not going to mention the location. Okay, my clinic was shut down because we're using natural method of healing. It was shut down for our activity was just disrupted, but we fought it with the Ministry of Health. We fought it and we won. So most times, medical practitioners, physicians who are adopting natural means of healing are being shut down. Not only in this country, all over the world, they are being shut down by the big pharmaceutical company who have money to shut it down. They don't want you to know that garlic is the most powerful antibiotics because they want to sell antibiotics to you. Garlic is the most powerful antibiotics on earth, but they don't want you to know because once you know, you stop buying the antibiotics drug and they will shut down. Their profit will go down. So they don't want anybody coming to advocate this. They shut them down. They bring them down. Okay. All right. So if you are still with me, let me know. Just make sure you subscribe, and let me know. Let me know if you are still with me. If you are flowing with me, make sure you let me know. Now, what are the causes of chronic diseases? We are going deep right now. What are the causes of chronic diseases? See, to get final solution to all these chronic issues, I don't know what is wrong with you. I don't know the issue. I don't know what you are battling with. Whether hypertension, that's not the order of the day, diabetes, arthritis, infertility, fibroid, PCOS, blocked fallopian tube, arthritis, spondylosis, what else? Cancer, all these sicknesses with sweet names or with tough names. I don't know what is wrong with you. I don't know. Okay, but to get the final solution to all these chronic illnesses, you must understand how your body works. One, you must understand how your body works. And for us to understand how the body works, we must take a look at what makes up the body. Now listen, what makes up our body? Simple, the cells. The cells makes up our body. We are a bundle of cells. Now, inside the cells, we have what we call DNA. Please listen. I'm going to be tying everything into each other right now for you to have a complete plan. Now, inside this, we are made up of cells. We have trillions or billions of cells in us. And inside these cells, we have what we call DNA. The DNA is like the genetic code in our cells. Okay. And our DNA consists of 23 chromosomes from our father and 23 chromosomes from our mother. 23 chromosomes from the father's side, 23 from the mother's side, that's 46. All right. So it is the DNA that determines your height, your eye color, your hair color. Most of the traits you have that can't be changed, it is the DNA that determines it. Okay. Now, because most of these things from the DNA can't be changed, most of these traits can't be changed, doctors might tell you that you don't have any power, that you have zero power over chronic health issues from the cells or from the DNA. I was attending to a patient who had knee arthritis, and I figured out that the knee arthritis was as a result of one of the issue was that he had which was on the big side. So I saw that she was on the big side, and when you're on the big side, you place a lot of pressure on some of the joints down below. So she weighed about 150 kg, 150 kg, too much for that age, okay, and for that height. So I advised her to cut down. So as I was advising her on the steps to take to actually, bring down the weight healthily, she replied me like, "No, doctor, don't worry. This runs in our family. Like me, 150 kg. Doctor, if you see my younger sister, she's me times two. If you see the mother that gave birth to all of us, she's like this." I was saying, do this, do this. She said, "No, doctor, it runs in the family." She thinks there's nothing she can do about it because it runs in the family. She said I shouldn't bother, that it runs in the family. So we have people like that. We can have people here who also have that mindset, who claim that because this condition runs in the family, everybody in my family used to have malaria. Everybody in my family used to, reach menopause at age 28. Everybody in my family have rheumatoid arthritis. Everybody in my family are battling with hypertension. My dad died of hypertension. My mom died of hypertension. My older brother died of hypertension. My elder sister died of hypertension. So me now, I already have hypertension. I don't think there's something I can do about it. Okay, so they claim because it's running in their family that they've accepted fate and they can't do anything about it. But we've seen people control illnesses properly, even if it runs in their family. How is this possible? Let's take a look at the DNA. Okay, what is the DNA made of? The wall of the DNA is made up of carbohydrates. Listen, the wall of the DNA is made of carbohydrates. The inside strand of the DNA is made up of amino acid, which is from protein. Now, this strand is glued to the wall with minerals. Where do we get minerals from? Vegetables. Okay, that means the DNA is made up of carbohydrates, protein, and minerals. Where do we get these three things from? From our food. So the DNA is made and maintained by the food we eat. So you can adjust your health issues with the food you are consuming. You can control. You don't have zero control over it. You still have some amount of control if you understand how to adjust your food. How to adjust your food, because your DNA is made and controlled. Your cells are made and controlled by the food you eat. They get the nutrients from the food you eat. Okay, the wall of the DNA is made up. It's made of polysaccharide, which is carbohydrate. The inside strand is made of amino acid, which is from protein. The strand are glued to the wall with mineral, which is gotten from vegetables. So carbohydrates, protein, and mineral. That is what your DNA is made up of. That's what the cell is made up of. So that is why even if you have issues, genetic issues, like somebody used to say, our genetics load the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. Your genetics, your DNA loads the gun, but it's your lifestyle that will trigger, that will put the trigger. Okay, so the genetics you are born with are pretty much fixed, but they do not necessarily mean that you don't have any control of your life. It's just like a switch. The genes sometimes can be on and off. Haven't you seen parents who are not albino and they gave birth to albino? Probably in their line, in their lineage, maybe the mom has an albino in their lineage, but the mom herself is not an albino. But the gene, because she has the gene, but the gene is off in her. But the kid she gave birth to is an albino. The gene is on in the kid, but in the mom, the gene is off. She has the gene, of course, but the gene is off in her. So these genetics can be off and on. And most times, what we eat is very, very, very important to we, managing our health, to be controlling how our DNA controls our life. So how you choose to live on a daily basis, what you do, what you eat, especially how you interact with others, how you interact with the environment, and how active you are is very, very important when you are talking about our problems, health issues. So we're going to talk more about the foods we should avoid and what we should eat tomorrow. Okay, but let's go on. Once upon a time, not so long ago, there was a client of mine who had tumor. He discovered they had tumor, and he was not even bothered about treating the tumor. He was more curious to know how it happened. How did I have tumor? Me. He was shocked because he was claiming he lived a normal life. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do that, I sleep early. Anytime I notice anything, that's the last statement that got me, was that anytime I notice anything going wrong in my body, I treat it immediately. Anytime I notice anything going wrong in my body, I treat it immediately. So how come this tumor came up? How come this tumor issue came to be? That's where the problem is. The problem is that we are more reactive. He was only responding when he was sick. He said, anytime I notice anything going wrong in my body, something has started going wrong, I treat it. He has nothing in place to attack illness before it even happens, before it even comes up. He does not do anything regularly per se to attack, to prevent. Okay, he was abstaining for a lot of things, but he's not actually doing certain things because he didn't know. That is what I want to talk about. I know some of you, you say I don't drink, I eat fruits, I eat vegetables, I eat this, I don't eat Maggie, I don't know. But how come I say or how come I have this? There's something you are not paying attention. There's something going on in our body as I'm speaking to you right now, and it's going on in our body every day. It's called oxidation. Listen, these are the foundation you need to know to understand how to get reversal of any health issue. Oxidation. And this oxidation leads to a serious problem called oxidative stress. Do you know that our body constantly regenerates new cells? As I'm talking to you regularly, okay, it depends on the part of the body. We regenerate new cells, and our body, yes, has that tendency to regenerate new cells. For example, the eye cells is remade every 2 days. Every 2 days, our eyes produce new cells. That's why when you do surgical operation for cataract, they discharge you almost the same day or maximum 2 days. Okay. Then our gastrointestinal tract cells is remade every 3 to 5 days. Our skin cells is remade every 30 days, about 1 month. Okay. Our liver cells is remade every 6 weeks. Our body remakes new liver cells every 6 weeks. Our body remakes new bone cells, every 90 days. That's about 3 months. So in about 2 years, you will have had an entirely new body. Most of the cells in your body will have been regenerated entirely new body at different pace. So that is why for some people, not all, and for some wounds, when you have scars, some of the scars always fade off after 2 years. Not all scars, depends on how deep the wound is. Most of the after 2 years it fade off. If you have any scar that didn't fade off after 2 years, it can't fade off again. Forget about it. Okay. So now, when our body is producing new cells, regenerating new cells, oxidation can disrupt the process involved in making these new cells. Okay. So you're asking, okay, if my eyes produces new eye cells every 2 to 3 days, why have I been battling with cataracts for years without any improvement? It is because oxidation occurs in the body. Free radical is one of the major issues that leads to cataracts. Oxidation here. So oxidation disrupts the production of healthy new cells and even production of new cells, and it makes it very hard for the body to repair itself naturally. So if you're asking yourself, why do I have arthritis? Why has my arthritis not gone all these years? Even if I now know that my body produces every days, or why have my diabetes? Why has my diabetes not gone? Or why have you maybe continued to have low sperm count? Or why haven't I been able to conceive? Why has my blood pressure always been on the rise, even though I've done everything the doctor asked me to do? Oxidative stress is one of the devils. Oxidative stress. So oxidative stress is like an underlying cause for about 70 chronic degenerative diseases: coronary artery disease, cancer, stroke, arthritis, multiple sclerosis, Alzheimer's, dementia, macular degeneration, diabetes, Parkinson's disease, to mention but a few. Okay. So now let me explain what this oxidative stress is. Okay. And some of you might be scared, but let me just explain. It's actually going on right now in you right now as I'm speaking. It is going on right now. Oxidation is taking place as you are breathing in. As long as you are breathing in oxygen, it's happening. So you see that oxygen we breathe in is very essential for our life. But oxygen can also be dangerous to our existence. In fact, the toxic effect of oxygen that we're breathing in is the major reason why we age, why we have wrinkles, why our organ age. Okay, now let me give you a very, very illustrative example. I want you to imagine that you are riding on a bicycle. No, not bicycle, a motorcycle, a bike, Okada, riding on an Okada at a very, very high speed on the highway. And all of a sudden, one of the tires fall out. Phew, all of a sudden at very high speed. Okay. What will happen to the motorcycle? Both you and the motorcycle, you will crash. You will somersault. You eat the road, the motorcycle, you eat the road, you eat the covert, you eat the street light. And if there's even anything on the side of the road that is valuable, maybe a car, a shop, anything good on the road, you eat it and crash into it and damage that thing. Okay? That is precisely what happened when oxygen atom in our body which is supposed to have 2 electrons. Oxygen atom is supposed to have 2 electrons. When breathing in, just like 2 wheels, the 2 tires of a motorcycle. If one of the electrons is lost during the operation in the body, the atom will be left with only 1 electron, and it becomes unstable. It becomes unstable. And that unstable atom is what we call free radical. Have you done tests before? Have you done this before? And they said you have too much free radical, or the doctors are explaining about free radical and you don't understand. That is just exactly what you need to understand about free radical. So that unstable atom, or stable oxygen atom, is what we call free radical. That unstable oxygen atom has lost 1 electron. So these free radicals will crash into other cells. The same way a motorcycle that is running at a very high speed that lost 1 tire will crash in the road and crash into other things on the side of the road. This same free radical also crash and cause chaos in the body. It will lead to an imbalance, and it will even damage healthy cells around it. And this affects the tissues and then the organ, and this can make us sick and we'll find it very difficult to recover. So the same way it is normal for a petrol engine to give out smoke through the exhaust pipe, that is the same way our body goes, the oxidation happens in the body every minute. So it is happening in the body right now. It's happening in your body right now, as long as you're breathing oxygen in. So the oxygen atom you are breathing in, some of them will lose some electron and it's turn into free radical. So this is one of the things that makes us age. We grow older. We look older than before. Our skin wrinkles, our organ ages. Before we could jog, but now we find out that after jogging 2 minutes, we are tired. Before we could have sex very well, but now we're like, I don't have that energy again. Before we could walk, before we could talk for a long period of time, but now we can't. What is happening? Your body is aging, oxidation, and it can eventually lead to illness. Okay. Now, when this illness comes up, most of us will take drug. You have been taking drug. You've been taking this drug. You've been taking that drug. You've been taking all sort of drug. As long as the free radicals are not neutralized, no matter how much drug you take, no permanent improvement will come, because the cause is still there. The free radical is still there. And unfortunately, please pay attention. Some of the drugs you are even taking adds fuel to the fire. Some of the drugs you are taking increases oxidation. It increases that oxidation. So what do you think will happen? What do you think will happen? You will get no improvement. No results. But there's a way out. Now listen. Remember when as anybody bought apple, all this foreign apple, not our local apple. When you bite a foreign apple and then you expose that part that you've bitten to air, to the atmosphere, what happens? That part starts turning into brown color, starts changing to brown. Or if you just cut apple, leave it on the table and come back after 30 minutes or 1 hour, that exposed part will have started turning into color brown. Okay, that is oxygen taking place. Okay, but if you want to prevent that from happening to the apple, once you cut the apple, rub that surface with lemon juice. After biting that, just rub that fresh surface, that part that was bitten or that part that was cut off with fresh lemon juice. It prevents it from turning brown. Why? Lemon juice is an antioxidant. It works against oxidation. So antioxidant is the solution. And so no matter what you are treating right now, if you are listening to me right now, no matter what you are treating right now, please listen. Antioxidant is very, very important. No matter the chronic illness, cancer, whatever. I don't want to mention names of sicknesses here. Okay. No matter what you are treating right now, antioxidant is very important. What antioxidant does is that it donates their own electron. Antioxidant is coming in, it donates their own electron to the damaged atom in the body. So the damaged atom already lost 1 electron. Antioxidant will give it back 1 electron. So once it gives that free radical 1 electron back, it has a pair and the free radical is neutralized. But once that happens, the antioxidant itself, it also has 2 electrons. Once the antioxidant donates 1 electron to the free radical and the free radical is neutralized, what happens to the electron? What happens to the antioxidant? Antioxidant will be left with only 1 electron. Once it is left with only 1 electron, it also changes into free radical itself. So that is why antioxidant is not something you take and you stop. Because the one you took yesterday, just understand it this way, the one you took yesterday, they've donated their own electron to the free radicals, and the free radicals in the body have been neutralized. But the ones you've taken yesterday, because they've donated 1 electron from them, they are also now unstable and they are turned into free radicals. You need to take another one today. The one you take today will donate their own electron to the one you took yesterday. The one you take tomorrow will donate their own electron to the one you took today. So keep on taking antioxidant that way. back to back, back to back. So taking antioxidant just once is not just enough. So when people are placed on antioxidants, they tell them to take these antioxidants and they see results. Most of these supplements I will take out there that are available out there for those who take all the supplements out there, most of them have antioxidant properties. So when they take this supplement, they see results. So because the antioxidant has done its own work, it needs more antioxidants to continue the chaining of work. But because you've stopped, you find out that the problem starts creeping back gradually. So antioxidants must be part of your daily diet every single day. You have to incorporate the regimen. You have to incorporate antioxidant, powerful antioxidants into your daily food, so that you can, outnumber free radicals. Antioxidant can outnumber free radicals. Okay. So example of foods that contain powerful antioxidants. We have green tea, we have grapes, we have tomatoes, we have lemon. Okay. So I have a very, very powerful regimen that incorporates all of this, and I'll be sharing that with you tomorrow. I have a powerful regimen that is holistic in itself, that incorporates all of this, which I'll be sharing tomorrow. Okay. Now let's move on. Let us explore one last aspect of balance in our body, which is our bacteria. I know once I mention bacteria, the first thing that comes to your mind is bacteria. Bacteria is bad. Bacteria kills. Bacteria causes issue. Okay. If you are with me, let me know in the chat. If you are with me, if you are flowing with me, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Okay. All right. Let me know in the chat if you are with me. Okay. Amazing. So don't worry. I'll be sharing giving you access to a powerful regimen tomorrow that incorporates all of this, that packs all of this together for you to, explore and experience the amazing transformation that you desired all this while. Okay. All right. So let me explore this last part inside you. You are carrying bacteria as you are listening to it right now. Do you know you are carrying bacteria? The bacteria inside us is more than the cells we have. The bacteria inside human being is more than the cells inside human being. We have plenty of bacteria, okay, inside our gut, okay. There are different type of bacteria, okay. So that some of them are good for us, some of them are rebellious. So to recover from illness quickly, you need to have a balance of the rebellious bacteria and the good bacteria. Now, let me take it from the foundation. Microorganisms like fungus, like yeast, like you've heard yeast infection, but have you heard or have you seen people who have eye issues being told to take yeast tablets? I think what I'm thinking. There are some vaccines you will get. Now, what is in that vaccine is bacteria. They're injecting a form of bacteria inside you. Because once that bacteria is injected inside you, there's a way they operate that will help you prevent a particular sickness. Just to let you understand that bacteria is not all bad like that. You can't just generalize it. So microorganisms like fungus, like yeast, like bacteria, they are responsible for the breakdown of, let me take it from foundation, they're responsible for the breakdown of nutrients in the soil. Nutrients in the soil, this is their function, to break it down. Now, they're also responsible for the absorption of this nutrient into the plant. So when you have a mango tree, your apple tree, your orange tree, your ewedu, your vegetables, it is the work of this microorganism to break down the nutrients in the soil and to help the plants absorb these nutrients through their roots. Okay, so they're also responsible for the formation of flower. When you see flower on trees, they're responsible for the formation of flower, and they're also responsible for the conversion of that flower or the maturity of that flower into fruit. Before we get fruit on trees, they come as flowers. Okay. So microorganisms have their own parts that they play. We have bees, we have butterflies, they have their own part. But microorganisms have their own parts. Microorganisms, I'm talking about fungus, yeast, bacteria, and also they have their own parts that helps flower production and conversion of flower to fruit. That's not all. This same microorganism that helps the tree to produce fruit, they are also responsible for the ripening of the fruit. That's not all. This same microorganism that are responsible for the ripening of the fruit are also responsible for the decay of the fruit. So when a fruit drops down, how did this fruit decay? Okay, you can say, okay, maybe because it's exposed to dirty environment, If you take a fruit and you keep it in a very clean place, it's okay. Yeah, if you keep it in a very clean place, a very sterilized place, no exposure to microorganism, it will still decay. Why? Microorganism dey inside. The fruit is carrying is an embodiment of microorganism. Okay, do you understand? So this microorganism, this same microorganism that helps the production of fruit, is in charge of ripening of fruit, is in charge of decay of fruit. So this same microorganism, they wear different hats, they wear different, they go into different responsibility, into different activity, depending on the phase or depending on the condition they are in. So we need them, and God knows that we need them. That is why He places a lot of them inside us. You are carrying a lot of bacteria. How do we decay when we die? How do we decay when we die? Even if you keep somebody, okay, say because they are buried and they're exposed to microorganism, if you keep somebody in a place that there's no microorganism, the air there is sterilized, the environment is sterilized, everything is cleaned, the body will still decay because we ourselves we are an embodiment. So this we have bacteria in us. This bacteria right now, they help us to absorb the food we eat. We have bacteria in our gut. It's plenty. Like I said, the bacteria we have in us, human being, is more than the cells we have. We have billions of cells. That means we have billions or trillions of microorganisms in us. Okay. So this bacteria helps us to absorb nutrients. It helps us to digest food, to absorb nutrients from the food we eat. It helps us to maintain a balance for our health. It helps us to cleanse the dirt. So when you have maybe a sore, a wound, it helps us to cleanse dirt. It helps us to do all these cleansing activities in the body. And like I said, they wear different hats depending on the condition they are in. This same bacteria can change their roles. When they change their roles, they can give you infection. This same bacteria can give you infection. This same bacteria can maybe give you ulcer. This same bacteria, when we die, they change their role. They begin to eat you. They begin to break your body down until we turn into dust. This same bacteria that has been helping you, that has been beneficial to you while you're alive, that's helping you absorb nutrients, can change when you die. Not they can change, they will change when we die, and it starts making our body decay until we turn into dust. Okay, all right. But here is the problem. Hold on a bit. When we have infection from bad bacteria, and we take antibiotics. Antibiotics is what a lot of us take. Okay, hold on a minute a bit. Yeah, most times when we have infections, what we take is usually antibiotics drug, and this antibiotics drug suppress the rebellious bacteria activities. This might sound good, this might look so good, but it creates an imbalance. Why? You see, we have good bacteria, we have bad bacteria. You see, those good bacteria, they rely on bad bacteria to function. They rely on bad bacteria for their food. So if there is no bad bacteria, even the good bacteria cannot function. Like the saying, if there's no darkness, there can be light. There can be light. So in sickness, we appreciate health. God can easily say there shouldn't be sickness. God can easily say there shouldn't be death. God can easily say there shouldn't be darkness. But without darkness, there can be light. Okay. So without the bad bacteria, even the good bacteria cannot survive. So what you need is a balance. There's a proportion of the good bacteria that has to be with the bad bacteria. Okay. What proportion? When there's an imbalance, there will be a problem. Okay. So the overuse of medications that block gut function, like antibiotics, most especially, we have acid blocking drugs too, like omeprazole, like Gaviscon, like Gascor, like Mistmag. These are acid blocking drugs. They affect as well. We have anti-inflammatory medications, the one we use for fever, inflammation, pain, like ibuprofen, aspirin. Also, they contribute into the imbalance of gut bacteria, especially antibiotics and painkillers. They disrupt even antacid, acid blocking drugs. They affect the operation of gut bacteria, and that's a problem. So you might be placed on these drugs right now based on what is wrong with you. But if you don't understand, if you are not aware, you just find out that the problem is just escalating every day. you had this issue. When you went to the hospital, they gave you a drug. That issue did not go, but something else added to it. You had ulcer. Your ulcer did not go. But after using a lot of drugs, the ulcer has not gone. So I noticed that you start having palpitation again. You went to the hospital. You give you drug for palpitation. Back, you start seeing that you're having acid reflux. Instead of the issue going or reducing, you are adding more issue, adding more problem, and so on. Do you know that it takes about 6 to 12 months for our gut bacteria to recover from just 5-day course of antibiotics? When you use 5-day course of antibiotics, 5 days, just 5 days, it takes your body 6 months to 12 months to recover. So if you've been on antibiotics this year, you took it for 5 days or for 7 days or whatever, it will take your body 6 months to recover. And some people, before that 6 months, they will have been infected again, they take another course of antibiotics again. They keep on taking. Some people take antibiotics 3 times, 5 times. Some people take antibiotics every month. They're always having vaginal infection. They're always having staphylococcus, taking bacterial infection, taking antibiotics every time. So people treat typhoid with antibiotics. So people just self-diagnose themselves. Okay, I'm feeling this way. Definitely, maybe this is the problem I have, and they go and they start taking drugs on their own. Okay, wahala. So truly, I won't lie to you. Antibiotics have saved a lot of lives today. But the problem is the overuse of antibiotics. Okay, and another problem is the inability of the doctor to ask, why are these bacteria, this yeast, and this fungus getting out of control? You have them. You cannot take a drug to kill the bacteria in you. You have them in you. You need them to live. So why are these bacteria that are supposed to, help you absorb your food? Why are they becoming rebellious? Why are they getting out of control in the body? That is what the doctor should ask, and then adjust what you need to adjust. Okay. So antibiotics should really be kept for critical life-saving treatment, not something you use every time. Okay. I'm going to be sharing some health hacks right now, a couple of them for round up. Okay, I think I've explained the foundation already. That's the foundation. I'm going to be sharing a couple of uncommon health hacks that you can probably most likely use at home and have at the back of your hand so that you can easily rescue yourself most of the times. The first one I'll be sharing is I know okay, I just talked about antibiotics. So instead of relying so heavily on antibiotics, like I've already said at the beginning, that garlic is one of the most powerful antibiotics on earth, and it is natural. Garlic is one of the most powerful antibiotics on earth. So instead of relying too much on chemical antibiotics, we can explore natural alternatives like garlic, okay, which is one of the most powerful. It has one of the most powerful antibiotic ingredients, and it is natural. So garlic can be used as an antiseptic. It can be used as an antibiotic. It can be used as an antifungus as well. Okay, so there are also foods that have what we call probiotic advantages. These probiotic foods, they feed beneficial bacteria in the gut. So, for example, when you eat fermented foods, most especially fermented foods like yogurt, natural yogurt, not the flavored yogurt or this, I know, natural yogurt, honey, fermented honey, palm wine, pap. Pap is very powerful. I don't have time today. Some of that take pap. Maybe on the in the community, in the group, I'll be talking about pap on the pap is very, very powerful. If pap is the only thing that was given to us in Africa, wow, it's an amazing gift from God. I'll be talking about pap for those of us in the community later on. Just remind me on the community, okay? Pap is very, very good. So all these fermented foods helps to maintain the balance of bacteria in the gut. So if you have been on antibiotics for a long period of time, you can start switching gradually to adding garlic to your procedures and start taking a lot of fermented foods. Okay. All right. Now I know a lot of people saw a video on the internet that brought them here, and the video talked about how to take care of malaria and all sorts. I saw a comment and somebody, how I was able to recover from recurrent malaria, and I was able to break free from that. Someone was saying there's no way you can treat malaria with food. That malaria has nothing to do with food. I laughed. Okay, now because of that, let me just take a couple of minutes to break down malaria, because I know some of you are here because of that malaria. Okay, all right. So, are you one of those that take malaria drug and it keeps on coming back again after maybe every week, every 2 weeks, and keeps on coming back, and you're tired? You're so tired. Now, let me break this down. Please listen. You won't find this anywhere. Listen. All right. You see, malaria parasite, when we get bitten by infected malaria, this malaria parasite goes to the liver. it goes to the liver. Listen to the procedure, okay? It goes to the liver for a few days. When the parasite matures, when the parasite matures in the liver, that is when it now enters the bloodstream. So when the malaria parasite is still in the liver and you do a blood test, you might not find anything. Listen, so it first goes to the liver, it matures in the liver. So after maturity, the maturity can maybe 2 days or a day or just few days or a week, depending. Then it goes into the blood vessels and infect your red blood cell. Now, some of these malaria parasites can remain dormant in your liver for years, for a year, for 9 months. You can be bitten by malaria and you already have malaria parasites since January and it will not affect you. It just remain dormant in your liver for 9 months, 10 months, for a year. Yeah. And so imagine you are bitten by mosquito in January and the malaria parasite has stayed in your liver for years and nothing happened. Nothing happened for months. Nothing happened. Now you fall sick in December. And I'll be like, let's not say that December you've now traveled out of the country. You're not in a country where there's no mosquito. I mean, you'll be looking like, how did I have malaria? I'm now in USA. How come? Like, I've not been bitten by mosquito for the past 10 months. Like, how come? Pay attention to that. So some of these parasites can remain dormant in the liver for up to a year. So now, when they get matured and they move into the red blood cell, they infect the red blood cell, they have their ways of hiding. Because when they don't hide and the red blood cells swims, into the spleen can clean them off. The spleen can, do some operation because the spleen is one of the organs that cleans up our blood. Spleen can, do something, and clean them up. So they have a way of hiding. They produce a protein that hides them. Sometimes they even stick to the blood vessel. They stick to the blood vessel so that they won't flow with the blood into the spleen for cleansing. So once they are able to do this and they're able to stay in the red blood cell undetected, that is when you have that symptom. The symptom comes. So now, because they are in the blood, when you have a blood test, you detect the one in the blood, not the one in the liver. When you do blood tests, malaria is mad. You detect the one in the blood, not the one in the liver. So you can have malaria test today, and the test will tell you are free, you have nothing, and tomorrow you are down. That means the one you tested today, you tested your blood, not the liver, and you still have a lot in the liver. Okay, now, so that is why when I'm talking about malaria, you need to talk about the food. You need to avoid food that reduces the efficiency of the liver. Food like flour. So when you're always having malaria or you are treating malaria, or you know that your malaria always come back every time, probably you have so many parasites already in the liver. So you have to avoid food that reduces the efficiency of the liver, like flour. Flour number one. That's what I found out. That's all this I'm just condensing for you. It took years, but I found this out because you already heard my story, okay? So flour, you reduce cold food, like taking cold water. You reduce that. You reduce sugar and you reduce alcohol. Then you also reduce oily food. If you like taking too much oil in your food and you're always having recurrent malaria, you need to reduce oily food. Oily food, you avoid it so much. You reduce it, you cut it down. Now, even the ones in the blood, please pay attention. There are 5 types of malaria. 5 types. I'm sure most of you might not know. There are 5 types of malaria. We have the Plasmodium falciparum. We have the Plasmodium malariae. We have the Plasmodium vivax. We have the Plasmodium ovale. And we have the Plasmodium knowledis. Falciparum, malaria, vivax, ovale, and knowledis. We have 5 types. So some of you, once you start having malaria symptom, you don't check the type of malaria you have. You just go ahead and take malaria drug. Any malaria drug you want. Yeah, this one is the best. Amatem is the best. This one is the best. Just take this one is strong. This one is has kidney comfort. You take it, okay? Just go and take any malaria drug you want. And you find out that the symptom is not going away. Most likely, you are not taking the malaria drug for the type of malaria you have. There are 5 types of malaria. So only a proper malaria test will tell you the kind of malaria you have, you're infected with, and the level of malaria in your system. When you do a proper malaria test, that's when you can know the exact type of malaria you have and the drug that fits for that. So when you take the drug that fits for that malaria, that type of malaria you have, you see that it calms down. And it can calm down after a couple of days, but you must finish your malaria drug. That dosage, you must finish it. Even if your malaria issues have come down, you must finish that day because of the one in the liver, that bad bastard one in the liver. Okay, now there are two types of malaria tests. But when you go to the lab for malaria test, tell them you want to do thick or thin malaria test. Let me type it for you. Thick or thin malaria tests. Okay? When you get to the lab, just tell them this, they understand. Thick or thin malaria tests. Thick or thin malaria, thick or thin film, sorry. My God. Thick or thin film malaria tests. Thick film malaria test or thin film malaria test. Thick, something thick, thin, something thin, and then film, like video, movie, film. Thick film malaria test or thin film malaria test. Tell them you want to do that. You understand? Because there are two types. There's the RDT, that's a rapid diagnosis test. That is the one they use Stripe for. Use Stripe. That one will only show you if you have malaria or not. To show you have malaria or not. It won't show you the type of malaria you have, and it will show you the level. That one they do, that rapid diagnosis, that one they use Stripe for. It will only show you if you are positive or not. Do you have malaria or not? It will not show you the type of malaria you have, and it will show you the level of malaria in your body. So it's until when you know the type that you have that will determine the drug that we use. So if you have, let's say, if your own malaria issue is from Plasmodium falciparum and you're using drug for malaria, Plasmodium vivax, you won't get results. It will just relieve you maybe a bit and come back, or not relieve you at all. You'll be on malaria issue for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks. Okay, that's it. There's another thing, or someone that said there's nothing malaria has to do with food. I've already mentioned how it's related with food. There's something that is not common in Nigeria, and for those of you who have the opportunity to travel out of the country, when you get out of the country, one of the first things you should do after settling down is to do what we call food sensitivity tests. Food sensitivity tests. Some of you, what you have is not malaria, but you are getting the symptom of malaria. You just take malaria drug and the thing did not go away. We have sensitivity to foods. So some of you are taking the food that's making you feel weak. Some of you, your body you are not listening to your body. The body does not like flour. Some of you, your body does not like chocolates. Some of you, your body does not like coffee. Some of your body does not like this and that. Even the so-called healthy food like garlic. Some of your body does not like garlic. So you just notice that it is anytime you do this thing, anytime you eat this food, that you start having symptoms of malaria. So that thing is not malaria. You're just having symptoms of malaria. So if you keep on using malaria drug, nothing will happen. But it's not so popular in Nigeria. So for those of you who are opportune to travel out of the country, once you travel out of the country and you are there, you're already settled down, try to go to the hospitals and tell them you want to do food sensitivity test. They will do the test and they will tell you the food that your body is sensitive to. You might not even know. Some food that you eat, that immediately after you eat it, you have a headache. You now start thinking, okay, that's true. I notice anytime I eat this. So they just tell you the food that you should stay away from. Once you stay away from that food, just that all those symptoms I used to feel as if you have malaria is no longer there. Because the problem is not malaria. The problem is from food sensitivity. So if you are just taking malaria drug, you get no results. Okay? Now, for those of you who are staying in place where you are exposed to mosquito bite, you can get a natural mosquito repellent if it works. Because there are some mosquitoes in Nigeria that they are mad, they are bad. Okay, so you can do this. You can boil the peel of garlic peel and onion peel. Peel garlic. So if you're using garlic for antibiotic, the peel you are taking out is not a waste. Keep that peel. Then the peel of onion peel, take it together, put some water, boil it, and spray. Put it in a spray container and spray it in your house. It is a natural mosquito repellent. There's another one too, but because of the smoke, when you burn orange peel, it helps too to some extent. But just boil when you burn, not boil. When you burn orange peel, you burn the smoke coming out from orange peel helps to send it away. Because of the smoke, you might not be able to use that at home. But boil garlic peel and onion peel together. Boil it, pour it in a spray container. We have container that you can easily use as a spray container, and then you spray. Okay, and it helps. Now let's go on to joint inflammation. For those of you who have joint inflammation, arthritis, and all this lower back pain, you can use ginger. You can grate ginger in a piece of cloth. Grate that ginger in a piece of cloth. Fold it. and the part where you have the ginger on the side. Okay, I have something here that I can use. Okay, you can get a piece of clothes. I hope you can see a piece of clothes like this. This is kitchen towel. A piece of clothes like this. You grate ginger and then you fold it. You fold it. You fold it. Okay. So that part, the part where you have ginger so much, there'll be a part where you have too many fold of clothes, and there'll be a part where you have maybe just one fold of clothes on it. That part, you place it on wherever you have inflammation. Let's say arthritis, you place it on your knee. If it's back pain, place it on the back, and you just wrap it. You can put a nylon, a polythene nylon on it so that the extract won't come out and it won't dry off. So let's say, okay, for example, let's say I'm having inflammation on my wrist here. Let me just my wrist. So I grate the ginger here and I fold it this way. Okay, remember I open it this way. I put ginger in there. I fold it up here. I fold down here. And I have this side where I have folds of clothes, but this side just has maybe just one layer of clothes. Is this side where I have this just one layer of clothes I place on my skin, on that part where I have inflammation, and I can wrap it up with nylon to make it not dry off and to make it not stain. Then I can just fold it there overnight. It helps for inflammation. So if you have pain, bone pain, joint pain, you can use that. Then ginger, again, when you can boil ginger as a tea. Ginger tea is good for those who are having nausea. You're always you're always you're feeling as if you want to vomit, or you are cold. If you are cold and you don't want to take all these beverages as tea, you can boil ginger. Okay, it warms up the body. And if you're always having issues of indigestion, let's say you're having the hydrochloric acid in your stomach is not enough, having indigestion, you can also boil ginger and drink. So you're always having low issues with digestion, you can always take ginger tea in the morning. You boil it in the morning and then you drink. Then for those of you that have ulcer, you can blend cabbage and cucumber juice together. Blend cabbage and cucumber juice together and take it first thing in the morning on empty stomach. Or you can also make use of aloe vera. Take aloe vera on an empty stomach in the morning. Aloe vera is bitter, okay? You take it first thing in the morning. You can mix it up a bit with honey, original honey, if you know how to get original honey. Like I used to say, because you bought your honey at the supermarket does not mean it's original. Because you bought your honey at, I don't want to mention any name of supermarket, does not mean it's original. Okay, that is that. Okay, then for those we are in the rainy season, for those that have flu, catarrh, cough, okay, you can make your own cough syrup. You can make your own cough syrup at home. Make use of honey, ginger, honey, garlic, and onion. Okay, and you can also make use of just honey and lemon. Okay, honey. So you slice or you dice onion in a container. You put honey on top of it. Make sure it's plenty. The onion too plenty. You cover it up for 24 hours. By the time you cover it up, the honey and the extract from the onion will have mixed up. Then you can then scoop out the onion that you grated there. So you leave only the honey and the onion extract mixed together. So you can take it. It helps because onion is a drawer. That's why when you are making use of onion in the kitchen, it draws out tears and mucus from your nose. Okay, so it helps to do the work of cough syrup. Okay, let me go on. If you have sore throat, okay, still on cold, sore throat, you can do the same thing that I did for ginger. But now you can make use of onion. You have a piece of cake like this, or maybe a bandage. You dice onion in the middle, then you fold it. You fold the top down and the down up. Then that part where you have folds of clothes will be outside, and the part where you have just a layer of clothes, you can wrap it around your throat. Okay, onion, it helps to relieve sore throats. Okay, all right, I hope you're flowing. All right, I said you should get your pen and jot that you previously, okay, at the beginning. Then same on onion, we make use of onion for air purification. There's usually a period of time in the year, especially in Nigeria, I'm sure of Nigeria, where everyone is getting sick in the house. Okay, hold on. I never mentioned, somebody's saying I've taken ginger and garlic Please, doctor, I've been taking ginger and garlic regularly to prevent typhoid, which has been my major ailment for 12 years. But no, I didn't mention that ginger or garlic has any effect on typhoid. Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on. Keep your question to the end so that I won't be distracted, because all these are just flowing from the head. They're not. Can you see? I don't have any slides, so I don't want to forget most of the things I've prepared that I wanted to share with you in my head. So I was saying that there's usually this period of time in the year where everybody in the house is falling sick. One person will fall sick, and after that person recovers, another person will fall sick again. Maybe the wife, the mother falls sick first, and once the mother recovers, maybe the firstborn will take over. After that one takes over, and the person recovers, maybe the father will take over. Has it happened to you before? If it has happened to you before, let me know. If it has happened to you before, also I've shared what you want to use for also. Okay. If it has happened to you before, let me know. Whereby everybody's just taking turn to fall sick at home. Everybody's taking turn gradually to fall sick at home. Okay. So what you can use, it's always common during the cold season or harmattan, or when we are about to step into cold season. When everything is hot, when the weather is hot, when we're about to enter into a new season, to a cold season, or when everywhere is cold and we're about to enter into the hot season. Okay, it always happens to a lot of people when we have weather change, seasonal change. So most especially during the cold season, because during the cold season, we're always locked into our home because of cold, and it is easier to transmit these issues, this infection from one person to the other. Now, what you do is that once you notice that this thing is happening in the body, okay, you cut onions and place onions around the house. Cut onion. Onion is very, very powerful. Onion is a drawer. You cut onion and place it around the house, all the corners of the house, your sitting room, your room, your children's room, everywhere. And you change this onion every 2 days. Every 2 days, it helps to reduce the number of all these issues in the air. Or if you have somebody who visited you and you know that this person has one infection, maybe when the person came, the person was coughing, the person was sneezing in your house as a visitor. You couldn't tell the person to go away, and you know that once this person leaves, your children will get infected with with catarrh and all this. So you can just place onion, cut onion, big onions all around your house. It helps. Onion draws all these viruses into it. That is why it is very, very bad for you to use onion halfway. You have onion in your house, when you want to cook tonight, you use half of the onion, you cook that. The remaining half onion you left in your kitchen, what it will do, it will draw that surface, that fresh surface, it will draw all the viruses, all the microorganisms in the air. Not, you can't see this one. Of course, when you use onion halfway, by the next morning, you see some flies. You see some flies. I'm not talking about the flies. Okay, you can't even see this one. It will draw all the microorganisms in the air to it. So by the next day, it's already contaminated. So it's not good to use onion halfway. When you want to use onion, finish a ball at a go. So make use of this onion, put it all around your corners of your houses, and it helps for air purification. Then blood thinner. Yeah, I wanted to share about blood thinner because people who have irregular heartbeat, uh, how often should I take garlic every day? Garlic should be in your food every day. Hold on with your questions. I'll take questions at the end. Okay, please. Okay. People who have irregular heartbeat, people who have heart disease, people who have blood vessels disease, people who have deep vein thrombosis, people who have history of heart attack, even high blood pressure, uh, people who have history of stroke or are currently on or are treating stroke, all this, they always prescribe blood thinner for them at the hospital, like aspirin, okay, anticoagulants, all this, okay. And over reliance on blood thinner for a long time can cause internal bleeding, which can lead to hemorrhagic stroke. So you're having stroke and you're taking blood thinner. Let's say your stroke was ischemic stroke before, or you're having hypertension and you have been told to take blood thinner, and because of the side effect, it can now worsen your case from hypertension into hemorrhagic stroke. And hemorrhagic stroke is crazy. That is when you have bleeding, internal bleeding, burst of a blood vessels, maybe taking blood to the brain. It's very crazy. It's not something good. Okay, so an alternative to over reliance on blood thinner drugs or anticoagulants is our simple pepper, cayenne pepper, the one Yoruba call shombo, or we call it bawa. Okay, I know you know it. Shombo, ata shombo, cayenne pepper. We have the powdered one, we have the fresh one. So you can mix it, just maybe half teaspoon in a glass of water, take it. Half teaspoon in a glass of water, take it. Okay, cayenne pepper is very, very good because it's a good alternative for reliance on blood thinner, and it helps the blood vessels to dilate. So if it helps the blood vessel to dilate, that means it is superb for high blood pressure, for stroke, and for men that have weak erection. Very, very superb. Some people always have numbness of the feet, numbness of the take cayenne pepper, half teaspoon mixed with a glass of water. It can even also help you rebuild artery, the walls of the arteries. So take that. Then some people always have menstrual cramp when they are about to have their period. Menstrual cramp is always caused by high level of estrogen. When the estrogen is too high and the progesterone is low during menstruation, it leads to cramps and painful period. So estrogen is responsible for the growth and thickening of the lining of the uterus. So when the estrogen level is high, you have thicker lining of the uterus and increased blood flow. While progesterone, on the other hand, is soothing. It's a soothing and calming hormone. Now, progesterone keeps the growth and thickening of the lining of the uterus in check. Hold on. Estrogen increases the thickening of the uterus. Progesterone reduces the thickening of the uterus. Now, there's a balance. You need both. But when estrogen levels is high, too high, there's an imbalance, then you have menstrual cramp. So to escape that, even some it leads to pain, anxiety, headache during menstruation, PMS, the one called PMS, premenstrual syndrome. Some people have extreme cramps. Some people, when they want to menstruate, they don't go to work because of this. So all you just need to do is to eat a lot of fresh carrots. Eat a lot of fresh carrots or carrot juice. It helps to flush out excess estrogen. But the problem is that it's very hard to get natural carrots these days. Most of the carrots we have out there have been planted with one chemical or the other. But if you can get natural carrots, okay, natural carrot, it helps to flush out excess estrogen. So take these days to your period and even during period continuously. You might do it this month and you might not see the result very well, but next month again you do it. So by the second month and third month, you start seeing that you are able to overcome menstrual cramp instead of taking Felvin. I don't want to go into the side effect of Felvin, but just know that there's a huge side effect from relying on Felvin. Okay, all right. All right. Okay. There's one act I need you to do right now. Everybody, right now, I need you to stand up wherever you are. If you're at home, well, I need you to stand up right now. Okay, I need you to do this. Let us do this quick exercise. I need you to stand up and I need you to stand on your weaker feet. If if you are the type that walks or the type that writes with your right hand, that means your weaker hand is the left. So if you're a right-handed person or a right foot person, that means your weaker foot is left. So I need you to stand on your weaker foot and close your eyes. Let's see how long it takes you before you lose your balance. Let's do that right now. I'm not going to talk right now. I want everybody to do it right now. Stand up on your weaker feet only. Just take off the stronger feet. Stand only on your weaker feet only and close your eyes. Close your eyes and let's see how long it takes you before you lose your balance. Let's do it right now. Let's do it very quickly, very quickly. Once you are done, let me know in the chat. How many seconds did it take you before you lose your balance on the estimate? Let me know how many seconds did it take you before you lose your balance. Okay, okay. Let me know. Just stop in the chat. In the chat. 1 minute, really? That's 60 seconds. Really? Who else? Somebody saying 20 seconds. Allow me 20 seconds, okay? You close your eyes when you want to do this, okay? Somebody says 8 seconds. Somebody says 5 seconds. 1 second. 10 minutes. Is it even up to 10 minutes that I say this right now? Or you want to say 10 seconds? This person said, you may be saying 10 seconds. Deborah, 3 minutes. Really? Has it been up to 3 minutes right now? Okay. Or you want to say 3 seconds? Elizabeth saying it took me 10 seconds. Okay. Evangelist Philip is saying 2 minutes. Cecilia, 10 seconds. Edit, 5 seconds. Olusegun says, I lost my balance immediately. 2 seconds, 5 seconds. Oh my God. If you couldn't stand on your weaker feet for up to 30 seconds, you must not miss tomorrow's class. Something has gone wrong. If you couldn't stand on your weaker feet for 30 seconds, at least 20 seconds with your eyes closed, something is wrong. I'll be telling you that thing that is wrong tomorrow. You must not miss tomorrow's class. I'm seeing a lot of 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Toyin Caleb, 5 seconds. Kehinde, 2 seconds. Jimoh Lateef, 15 seconds. Woo. Dare, 10 seconds. If you couldn't stand up to 30 seconds or at worst 20 seconds with on your left, not left, on your weaker feet with your eyes closed, man, you must not miss tomorrow's class. You must not. I will tell you what is wrong tomorrow. I will tell you what is wrong tomorrow. But certainly something is wrong. Maybe when we are done again, you can try it again. Okay? Okay. All right. Now, another act that you need to know, I'm running up right now. For an adult, for all of you that are listening to me right now, somebody say I'm standing on it. Very good. For all of you, an adult waistline, the measurement of your waist, okay? Measurement of your waistline should be less than half of your height to reduce health risk. Let me come again. Your waistline should be less than half of your height. Okay, let me put this into perspective. Let's say your height, you are 170 centimeter. 170 centimeter your height. That means your waistline should be less than, what's the half of 170 centimeter? That should be 85. Should be less than 85 centimeter. Your waistline should be less. Once it's up to half and above, then your risk of having issues like insulin resistance, diabetes, hypertension is going to double. So your waistline should be less than half of your height. So measure your height. You are 160 centimeter in height. That means your waistline should be less than 80 centimeter. You are 100 centimeter in height. That means your waistline should be less than 50. You should be having 49 and below. Else, your risk of having issues, especially insulin resistance. Insulin does not only have to do with diabetes. So insulin resistance is one of the reasons why some people are not being able to cure or to reverse or to control or to manage hypertension. It's one of the reasons why some people have fibroids. It's part of what leads to fibroids. Part of what leads to PCOS, okay, for women, and leads to infertility. It's part of what leads to you being unable to control your weight. So people have fasted 1 million days. They've reduced all the food on earth, but they didn't reduce weight. They just keep on adding up weight. It's part of what causes issues with skin issues as well, and also so there are a lot of problems that goes along with issues with insulin. Okay, so that's another act. Do that and let me know. Check your height. Not now. When we are done, check your height. Make sure your height. If you have a tape rule at home, measure it. Or if you know your height, you can convert it to centimeter and try to check your waistline in centimeter and check if it correlates, if it is less than half of your height. Okay, all right. So if you are watching on YouTube, which almost all of us are doing right now, make sure you subscribe right now because of things that will be coming up in the future. It is subscribe. And if you got value today, if you know you got value today, drop a positive comment in the chat. Drop a positive comment in the chat. Okay. And if you think today's class was valuable, if you think today's class was the bomb, then wait for tomorrow. Today's is just the the tip of an iceberg. Yeah, the tip of an iceberg. Today's class was just the tip of an iceberg. Tomorrow's class is the bomb. Today was just foundation for tomorrow's class, for you to be able to understand tomorrow's class properly. I'm going to be letting you giving you access to my powerful regimen tomorrow that can help you control all of these things you are complaining about with regards to your health. Okay. Also, I have a gift for you. Please listen very quickly. I have a gift for you. I have a simple ebook, antimicrobial concoction. It's a concoction that I can prepare that can help you fight anything microbial, anything bacterial, fungal, all this infection. Okay, using natural methods. Okay, it's a simple cheat sheet, a PDF. Okay, now to get it, you just have to do something very simple. Something very, very simple. I would like you to send me a feedback video. Just make a clear 30 seconds video of a feedback of this class. Okay, how much value you got, how impressed you were, how transformative this was. Just 30 seconds video of yourself and drop it on the group, and then I'll be sending you that book, okay, just for free. So in that video, hype to this class. I want you to pepper those who missed the class. I want you to pepper them very well. Hype the class, but do not lie. Okay, just say the truth, but hype it properly, ethically. Hype what you learned here in the video. Pepper those who missed this class, those who didn't attend, those who place other things as more priority ahead of their health. Hype the class so that when they watch, they will know that they've missed so much. Hype it, drop it on the group. Once you drop it on the group, then I'll be sending you personally the link to the ebook all for free. I hope you understand. I hope you understand. Okay. So hype, make a 30 seconds, a short video just of yourself talking. A very, very short video, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, maximum 30 seconds, hyping what you learned today. You don't need to go into details of what you learned, just hype how valuable this was, hype the, everything. Okay. And hype it, send that video to the group, not to me personally, send it to the group. I want those who missed the class who are on the group to see this, to get peppered, to get pained. Okay, all right. Okay, so now let me take a couple of questions for a roundup. I hope tonight's class was valuable. We laid the foundation, how to listen, how your body communicates with you, why you must listen, how to listen, what you should look out for. We talked about the DNA. So for people who feel what is wrong with them is hereditary, you have some control over that. Wait tomorrow when I'll be sharing the powerful regimen that can help you. And then we also talked about oxidation. I broke down oxidation as simple as I could, and how it affects a lot of people and what you can do. Talk about antioxidants, and I shared with you some example of food that can get you some antioxidant properties. And this is also coupled in the regimen I'm going to be sharing with you tomorrow. Tomorrow's class is the bomb. I'm going to be giving access to that powerful regimen. All the testimonials you'll be seeing of people saying, Doctor, you did this, Doctor, you did this. What they used, I'll be giving access to you tomorrow. You heard somebody said you had high blood pressure and that pressure has gone. I had diabetes and I was able to control my diabetes. I couldn't give birth before. My wife stayed in labor more than the expected period. But what I did, all the blah, blah, the regimen that most of them used, I'll be sharing access to the most powerful one tomorrow. So don't miss tomorrow's class. We also talk about the gut and bacteria and microorganisms. For people who feel that it is one microorganism that affected them, it is this infection at this. I gave you explanation and I talked about the power of antibiotics, but the fact that people abuse antibiotics, overuse of antibiotics, and most doctors don't always check for what made this bacteria become rebellious. Because on a normal day, as you are healthy like this, you have bacteria working inside of you. So what now made this bacteria become rebellious eventually? What made a bacteria that was doing well before become stubborn tomorrow? Something must have happened. There must have been an imbalance or something missing. So they don't look into that and they just place you on drug and all sorts. We look at that, and I give you some hacks, some quick hacks that you can make. I want you to make use of everything you've learned today as it concerns you, so that I don't just want you to just learn. I want you to make use of it. That's why I'm making this as practical as possible. I tried as much as possible to avoid medical jargon. I try to explain to you as layman so that you can understand and start implementing as from today. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of comments. Wow, today's Edith Ogochukwu is saying today's lecture is great, doctor. Thank you. I'm healed because of this great lesson. Amazing. If you have any question, I'm just a couple of questions. Okay. Bong, doctor, I really appreciate your lecture today. God bless you forever. Amen. And you too. Said three. I said no. You stand on your weaker feet with your eyes closed. How can we treat pile? Tomorrow's regimen is for you. Hit me up. Meet me here tomorrow. Okay. Meet me here tomorrow for this. Ola Onipekun Christiana. Okay. What time tomorrow? 8 p.m. tomorrow. 8 p.m. Yeah. What did you say about pepper again? I said cayenne pepper, which is called shombo or bawa. It can be fresh, and we have powdered cayenne pepper. It's good as a blood thinner or anticoagulant. So when you want to make use of it, when you want to make use of the powdered cayenne pepper, you can just take half teaspoon, not tablespoon, no, half teaspoon, mix it with maybe like half glass of water or a glass of water and take it every morning. Okay, it helps. So for people who have stroke, hypertension, it helps for that. Okay. This person is asking, Doctor, I've been experiencing pains by my lower abdomen, the right side of my stomach whenever my stomach is empty. I feel relief each time I eat. Can it be ulcer? You need to go for a checkup. Not all pain in the chest or stomach is ulcer, but in Nigeria we just assume it's ulcer. Okay, go for a check and confirm what it is. Confirm what it is, then you can know what to do. But tomorrow's class, the regimen tomorrow is going to do what we call like total reboot of your body. You want to reboot your system. Some people have gone for tests and they couldn't even find out what is wrong with them. You want to do it, or you already know. When you are a driver and you are an experienced driver, even before checking your engine oil, when your car is due for service. You feel it. You hear the voice. You see how it accelerates. Before, when you accelerate, it moves so quickly, but now it takes a while before it accelerates, it makes this sound, this kind of smoke is coming, even before you check the engine oil. So if you're an experienced driver, you have that feeling, you see signs that your car needs servicing. So some of you already knows that your body needs to, you need rebooting. You need to reboot, you need to overhaul your system. Then tomorrow's regimen is very, very powerful for that. Okay. Irene is saying, okay, best class ever. Please make the ebook a general gift. No, it's not a general gift. Make a short 30 seconds video as a feedback. People who are my community member knows I like feedback. Feedback is what got us here. I deliver. I need to know how this was. Okay, so make a 30 seconds feedback video of how valuable this class was to you today, and I give you that as a gift. Okay, we take feedbacks from people to know what we need to add, where we did well, so that we can improve on that and we can hammer more on that. Okay, so we like feedback, so do that. I will give you that gift. How can I treat hip pains that transcend to the leg sometimes? Okay, first of all, if it has to do with numbness, then I'll advise you to first check your blood sugar. Okay, if you don't have numbness and you've not been involved in an accident before, okay, there are some acupressures and some acupressures that you can actually make use of to help you manage this and help you correct this gradually. Okay, so that's some of the things I'll give you access to tomorrow. How can we treat cardiac failure? It depends on what led to the cardiac failure. Okay, sometimes, let me just give you an example. Let's say this is your heart. Your heart beats. When you have, so your heart needs space to beat, but sometimes you always have fats surrounding. When you accumulate too much fat, you can have bad fats surrounding your heart, making it very difficult for your heart to beat. Your heart used to beat like this before, it needs space, but now because of that fat surrounding the heart, it's unable to beat very well, so it can lead to cardiac failure. That's what they call cardiac arrest. Fat arrested your heart. It can't really beat properly. So fat can be one of the issues. Okay, and even the muscle. Heart is a muscle filled with a lot of muscles. When you're having weak heart muscles, it can also affect your heart beats properly. Okay, so it depends on what led to the cardiac failure. Kidney issue, prolonged high blood pressure, all these things can also be indirectly as a result of it can result into cardiac failure indirectly, eventually, after a long period of time. So what led to the cardiac failure is what we need to handle. Okay, all right. What quantity of ginger do we use for inflammation? Well, you can make use of maybe one ginger, just medium size. Just dice it or grate it. It's better if you grate it into that. But when you use it, grate it into that sheet that you want to make use of. Now, when you use it, sometimes it can cause burning sensation. So if you say that you cannot handle the burning sensation, you take it off. You can just use it for maybe an hour or two. Okay, you take it off. But you can handle the burning sensation fine, because if it is burning you and you are managing it, it can blister your skin. Okay, but if you see you can handle the burning sensation, you can leave it for quite a long period of time. 4 hours, 6 hours, can do it overnight. Let's say you want to do it overnight. You use of it, let's say 7 p.m. when you wanted to sleep, or 8 p.m. And before 9 p.m. you are feeling uncomfortable in that area, polling station. You can just leave it for maybe 1 hour between 8 to 9 and you take it off and then do it another day. But if you are cool with the effects, if it's something you can undo, you can undo and you can handle actually, you can leave it overnight and it works that way. Okay. So one medium-sized ginger is okay. Just grate it. I'm skimming for questions. The comments are coming in so fast. What do we boil for mosquito expelling? Garlic peel and onion peel. Doctor, please. Okay, no, I saw one here. Okay. Blood sugar. My blood sugar is becoming regular, but numbness in my feet is getting serious. What can I do? Get vitamin B12 supplements, or any way you can supplement vitamin B12. It can help. For this person, Bolanle asking, my blood sugar level is becoming irregular, but the numbness in my feet is getting serious. What can I do? I suggest try supplementing vitamin B12. You can check what foods can I eat to get vitamin B12. In fact, tomorrow I'll be giving you access to a PDF that contains all the vitamins, most of the vitamins you will need, and from the food you can get it. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin D, most of the vitamins are abound in it, and the minerals are abound in it, and from the food you can get it naturally. Okay, so make sure tomorrow class you don't miss it. Solution to fibroid. One of the natural ways that you can make use of to help you, control fibroid, or to help you, cure it to an extent is eating pawpaw. You can blend pawpaw with the seed and eat. It helps. Then you can also make use of castor oil. You can search for castor oil. Put castor oil in like an absorbent, like maybe like a sanitary pad or an incontinence pad. You can search for incontinence pad. It's like a pad that they use for like adult diapers here. So you place castor oil on it and you wrap it around your stomach. Castor oil penetrates and helps you break down, tumor and all of this. So castor oil in an incontinence pad, you pour it on it, you place it on that area where you have it, you wrap it around. You can be doing it every day or every 2 days, and then you can blend its seed and take that. Somebody's now. Somebody's asking for body itching. Body itching. Tomorrow's class, tomorrow's regimen, you need it. Acid reflux. Okay. Acid reflux, you see, most times may be told to take antacid. No, your stomach needs that acid to break down the food. This person asking Onyechi, asking acute acid reflux. Okay. See, your stomach needs acid for you to be able to break down your food. Now, between the esophagus and the stomach, okay, that part where the esophagus connects with the stomach is is tight so that food cannot come back. But once that sphincter is loose, if anything happens to that sphincter, that's when you have acid reflux. So it's like you need certain things to help you strengthen that muscle. So tomorrow's class is what you need. The regimen in tomorrow's class is what you need, just exactly. Okay, all right. I hope you've subscribed. I will subscribe to this channel, and I hope today's class was. Somebody's asking what is the problem with Agbo. I'll be doing a session on that maybe on the group. Remember, the group you joined is not only for this class. Remember, it's only for this class. We are going to continue even after tomorrow's class. We continue. We share regular discussions. Those who joined earlier got a lot of discussions that we did almost every 2 days. We are going to be sharing. We take each ailment, each illnesses, and then we break it down to share with you what you need to know about it and what you can do in your own power to help you reduce the risk of having some of these problems. So the group is a continuous community. It's not only for this class. It's not going to be closed out of this class. So anytime we have discussion, we open it up, we discuss, and then we take questions. And for some of you who want to have consultations, right now I'm not taking consultation until we are done with this 2 days class. Okay, after this 2 days live class, the Untapped Hidden Secret, I'll let you know how to go about. I do online consultation, one-on-one online consultation, but it's at a fee. Okay, but tomorrow's class, the regimen I'll be sharing in tomorrow's class is powerful. I've been saying it. Don't miss tomorrow's class. I know what I'm saying. There's no replay. For those who missed this class, there is no replay. I don't release replays of my classes. No replay, okay? It's exclusive for only those who come live. You enjoy live. And all right, thank you. I remain Dr. Ayo, like everybody calls me, Dr. Ayo Wellness. That's what people call me, okay? And I hope today's class was amazing. You enjoyed today's class. Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow.